What's up, everyone? It's your boy Radd89 here, bringing you another video, a Radd movie review for The Substance. I know a lot of people have longly awaited my thoughts on this film. This is one of those films, like I said, I kind of wanted to squeeze in before 2024 was over and before I did my top 10 horror movie list. I wanted to get this one in there, and basically because this is kind of right up my alley. It falls into the subgenre of body horror, and I'm huge on that. And like I said, I've heard glowing recommendations about this film. So today, you're going to hear my positives, the negatives, the rating, and then I'm going to send you all home. So let's do this. Roll it. So The Substance is directed by Coralie Farge. She's a French director. She did a film called Revenge, which I highly recommend that film as well. That's a great film. And The Substance is another banger by her. This stars Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, and Dennis Quaid. And this film follows Demi Moore's character, who plays Elisabeth Sparkle. She plays, and she's a fitness star on television, and she's aging out. You know what I mean? She's coming to that time in Hollywood where Hollywood's trying to kind of push her out. On her 50th birthday, her boss fires her, and that's a very devastating, traumatic blow to her. And what that ends up happening is leads her down the path to using the substance, which is a legal drug that promises you a better version of yourself. So now let's talk about the substance, my thoughts on it and everything. I know this is one of those ones that a lot of my friends, a lot of people have been long awaiting my thoughts on it. And in terms of what I love about this film, it is stylish beyond belief. What's cool is that Coralie Farge, she's a director that knows how to bring style. She knows how to use color, and she knows how to frame her scenes. And a lot of the scenes in here, even the body horror scenes, a lot of the scenes in here are absolutely stunning and gorgeous to look at. And Margaret Qualley and Demi Moore really bring it. And this is one of those films that it's not a dialogue heavy film. You know, it's not a huge script or anything like that. Or it's like, you know, we have these long dialogue dumps. You know, it's not that kind of acting. It's more, you know, physical acting. It's more the, you know, emotions of the face and all that kind of stuff. And I think Demi Moore, and especially Margaret Qualley, because she looks very similar to a young Demi Moore, the way that they play off each other, Elizabeth and Sue in this film, great. And they tussle and attack and fight each other. It's just such a great push and pull with these two characters. And this is, like I said, a film that has tons and tons of style. Another thing I must chat up about this film is the music. I love the music and the score. It keeps the pace of the film. And this is one of those films that kind of, once you sink into it, it goes all the way through. And it's a very fast pace. And I like that too. This is one of those films that has really good editing, really good music, and it looks beautiful. So when you're sitting down watching it, like I said, it keeps you enthralled and keeps you interested the whole time, because there's always something to look at, and there's always really good music. And like I said, the pace and the editing definitely go along with the style of this film. Another great thing about the positives I must talk about from our director, she brings in a lot of awesome themes into this movie. Themes of addiction and what that does to one person. Also, the stresses of females in Hollywood and what Hollywood is like, and how females view themselves, but also how males in Hollywood view them as well. And I think Coralie Farge does a fantastic job tackling these themes and presenting them in a physical way. Such as, here's one representation when we first meet Demi Moore's character and she gets fired by her boss and Dennis Quaid and all that stuff. And you kind of see there's this hallway that we keep returning to where she works. And the hallway is kind of littered with pictures on the wall of Elizabeth. And then eventually the pictures are taken down. Slowly throughout the movie, you just see the hallway is bare. And then eventually it starts getting replaced by pictures of Sue. So it's literally just, she is pushed out and erased her whole history almost, and they're replacing her with this new person. So I think that's a cool thing, and that's a physical representation of, like I said, what it is like for females dealing with Hollywood. Another great positive is the practical effects and the gore. Yes, the gore and body horror, they really go for it, and I love the fact that it's, like I said, it's framed and shot in a way that you could view it as beautiful. And I'm such a sucker for body horror. So when it comes to stuff like, you know, Hellraiser, Society, The Blob, John Carpenter's The Thing, I'm all there. Even Street Trash, I don't really like that movie, but the body melt effects in there are absolutely fantastic. So films like that, I go and I love supporting these films and talking these films up. And The Substance, I could tell you right now from my just one viewing, I've only seen this film once, but I could definitely tell that over the years and over multiple viewings, this is going to be one of those those films talked about in the horror community that's going to be on the upper echelon pedestal, you know what I mean, of body horror films and what you can accomplish. So one huge thing I love body horror films is they bring unique, stylish ideas and stories that are totally relatable, but also almost foreign and stylish. Like I said, this film is relatable because of the themes it tackles, but the way it's shot, the way it's framed, the way it looks, it's very unrealistic in that fashion, where it's eyes the beauty and everything and all this stuff, but then the substance and injecting yourself with this toxic green liquid, it's just like, yeah, there's so much cool style that is used in this film, and I think, like I said, that's why I love body horror. Let's get into some mixed and negatives though. Right now, is one mixed and negative is that this is one of those films that if you think about logistical stuff or reality, you're gonna take yourself out of the film. So don't do that. There are certain things that I think about. It's like, there's no real explanation as to who, what, and where the substance comes from. We know the rules in the film and all that kind of stuff, and we know what it can do, but we don't know where it comes from. And like I said, there's logistical things that you think about. Also, like Sue's character, when she's straight up birthed at Elisabeth's back, when you think about it prospectively, you're like, Sue comes out and then she just gets this job, but she doesn't have a driver's license, a passport, or a social security number, and it's just like she just is born, and now everybody accepts her because she's so beautiful. So it's just, there are certain things that you have to just not think about, because like I said, if you put this film in reality too, it is dealing with realistic themes that are relatable, but if you put this film in reality and you think about some of the logistical things outside of what's happening, there's stuff missing. But that's just kind of, like I said, a minor negative, one that you'll trip yourself up if you think about it too much, you know what I mean, kind of thing. Other mixed and negatives is there really isn't that much, like in terms of characters getting connected with them. It's more of the vibe. Like I said, this isn't a dialogue heavy film. You kind of just got to go along with Elisabeth and Sue for the ride, but the ride is absolutely crazy. It's wild and it's fun, like I said. And even Coralie Farge, another thing I want to shout out is the use of colors. There's a fantastic use of colors in this film when it comes to yellows, oranges, and blues, and even pinks. There's great use of color in this film as well. So yeah, mixed and negatives, there isn't too many. This is one of those films that you got to kind of search and dig and dive for, mixed and negatives. One thing is that this might not be a style film for everybody. Like, I could understand that some people will not connect with this film because they're going to watch this film and be like, what the hell am I watching? But I love it because, like I said, this is what you can do with body horror. You can take us down weird trips and weird roads, and even if you don't give us the full story or you leave us hanging a little bit, but this one is more leaving you hanging with thoughts and themes and what do you feel like about yourself and accepting oneself. Like I said, there's some really cool themes and things and thoughts that this film will leave you hanging with, especially with that ending scene. When we get to that ending scene, I don't want to spoil too much. I know this film's been out, but especially when we get to that ending scene, like I said, this film will leave you with thoughts. So let's talk about the Radd rating for The Substance. And this one's hard because, like, I ended the year with bangers. Like, I watched Nosferatu just last week. We went to the theaters to see that, and this film is like another banger. So I waited till the end of the year to see two really fantastic horror films, and it's so hard gauging this. And when we get to the top 10 horror of the year, it's going to be really hard ranking all of them too. But in my book, The Substance is going to get a 9 out of 10, a very solid rating. Like I said, this is one of those films that will be heralded as the champions of body horror films and on the pedestal, like I said, with those other great body horror films that have come out decades and decades ago and stuff like that. So I can't wait to rewatch this film, show my friends or show my kids and stuff, because like I said, this is one of those body horror films that needs to be seen, and it just definitely has a lot of cool themes and elements in it. So I highly recommend this film. Please let me know down below in the comment section and share your thoughts down there. Are you big on The Substance? Was this film one of those big surprises of the year for you? I would love to discuss, and also like the video. That definitely helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and have that notification bell poked so you're notified anytime I drop a video, because be sure, stay tuned to the channel. That top 10 horror of 2024 is coming out pretty soon. Peace out, y'all, and have a safe and happy day.